All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So you guys have been requesting that I make a video about the pro wrestler Chris Masters. Now, Chris Masters was a wrestler who bounced around from various promotions. He was in the WWE for a little while. He was in TNA Impact Wrestling for a little while. He's currently 34 years old. Most of you might remember him from WWE from 2005 to 2007-ish was his best WWE run. They actually signed him in 2003 under a developmental contract. And it's funny because they actually released him and then re-signed him when he got bigger. So clearly the second time around, he was on like a cycle of steroids and got way, way more muscular. And you know that Vince McMahon is a guy who was a fan of these big, burly physiques. So when he got big and buff and steroidist, they re-signed him. And then they ended up letting him go because he was failing steroid tests, drug tests at the WWE. So it's pretty ironic what they did to him. It kind of sucks for him because obviously they want guys who are on steroids. They want these big, crazy muscular physiques. Then they have this fucking double standard of drug testing the guys and then releasing them when they fail the drug test. I think that was a little bit crazy. There's a whole article, or there's a lot of articles actually that go on about all the things that they did to Chris Masters. There's some rumors that he has some mental illness caused by some of the steroid use, and there's all kinds of stuff on the internet about how the WWE kind of forced him to take steroids so that he could get his contract, and then kicked him off for taking steroids. They kind of did him pretty dirty. But the topic of this video, a lot of people wanted me to talk about his potential as a bodybuilder, but I wanted to talk about a different subject in this video, and that is the nature of his pecs. If you look at his pecs, they almost look fake, how full and round they are. I'm going to show you guys some pictures where they look especially fake. Now, I know that he has had one pec tear. I believe it was his right pec muscle. I'm going to show you guys a picture of that as well. But if you look at the bottom of his pecs in particular, the lower part of the muscle, where gyno would appear, they look especially large. And kind of part of his gimmick was bouncing his pecs in the ring. So that was kind of tied into his character, was he would always do pec bounces and cocky shit like that. But the roundness of his lower pec just looks super suspicious right here in this photo. So look at this photo and tell me it doesn't kind of look like he has breast implants. So if you look on like the bodybuilding.com forums and, all these different bodybuilding forums online, there's a whole lot of threads going on about whether or not he has breast implants. And if you ask me, it kind of looks like he does because they look unnatural, like just an unnatural level of roundness and fullness at the bottom of the pec that you just don't usually see. It's just an unnatural shape to the lower pec. It's like a perfect half circle, and it kind of protrudes in a weird way. But he definitely had a good physique. I'm not knocking him for that. As you can see in this photo, I guess this is a photo of the pec tear that happened. But if you look online, there's really not a whole lot of evidence of it. There's really not a whole lot of discussion about it. Here's a picture of him like today. I think he's wrestling on the independent circuit now, so he's not a big name pro. He's definitely significantly smaller and skinnier, and he kind of looks like a drug addict, man. He looks like a shriveled up version of himself, but his pecs still have that weird look to the lower pec. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going on with his pecs. Do you think he was really just that great of a bodybuilder slash wrestler? Do you think he just developed his pecs to that point where they just looked insane? Because they did definitely look insane during his stint in the WWE. But to me, they just look a little bit suspect. And, there's all kinds of things associated with the WWE where guys go to extreme lengths to have crazy physiques because they know that's what Vince McMahon wants. So if you've got this, $500,000 contract on the line, based on whether or not your physique looks crazy, it wouldn't surprise me at all if a guy would go to the length of getting a breast implant to have crazy looking pecs that he could get signed by Vince McMahon and make $500,000 a year. So it's not that far-fetched to me because in the WWE, there's a lot of money on the line with having a crazy physique and, just looking good for Vince, I guess. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think he has breast implants or not? Nick Strength and Power, signing out.